Today I'm off to Pontardawe Art Centre to film the Panto. Panto is put together in conjunction with It's an Act theatre company. Basically they put pantos in Pontardawe and go sign-in every year, and they are fantastic. So I get excited obviously because of panto seasons. It feels like Christmas. Kids always get excited, so you feed off that excitement, and it's all the colors, bright colors, and yeah, so it makes it really feel like Christmas. I just realized that I probably don't have enough fuel to get to Pontardawe, so I better pull into petrol station. This is the third time this week that I'm getting up at sort of 5:30 to get ready to leave house at what's time? Oh, it's late today. It's about 8:15. Normally last two times I've been filming nativity shows in schools, primary schools, so I had to be there at 7:30. One was in Oakley and the other one was again in Pontardawe, so I had to be there at 7:30, which means I had to leave home about 7:15, 6:30. So this week's been quite early mornings for me. But today I'm doing two shows, the matinee and evening, and tomorrow I'm filming another show for Ray Cop Dance Academy, but they're putting on a panto. So it's 3 shows in 2 days. I just realized my phone that has my card is in one of the bags, so I have to open the bags up to get my card out. But yeah. So whenever there's 3 shows back to back, in the past what I had to do, because the cameras take 2 cards, I filmed 2 shows in one day by swapping the cards around. But then when I used to get home, I had to download all the footage from at least one of the cards and all the cameras. And as most of you know, I use a lot of cameras, so that meant I had to be up by, you know, until about 4 or 5 in the morning. Oh, on the right they've got the Uplands Market. They're putting it together every Saturday. They have Uplands Market. Anyway, where was I? I'm losing the train of thought here. Oh yeah, I download the footage by the time it finishes, because they're all shooting 4K, and on average it's about 13 cameras filming. So 13 cameras 4K takes several hours to download. I mean, I use 256 gig cards. It's the only thing I can do to make sure I can film all the footage in the 4K. But yeah, so it used to finish 4 or 5 in the morning. Then if I had to be in the next theatre the following day at say about 9-10, it just gave me about 4 hours sleep. So it was really hard. But what I've done, what I decided to do, is spend literally several £100 buying SD cards, loads of SD cards spare for every single camera. So when I get home tonight, rather than download any of the footage, I'll just take one of the SD cards out of each camera, or both of them out of each camera, put them in 2 separate bags, so each show goes into one bag, and then the following day I just put new SD cards in there. I'm dreading the time when I have to film 4 shows back to back, because then that's gonna be hard. I just stopped to get petrol, and the cashier, oh my god, he'd gone down with a flu. I don't know whether it's COVID or whether it's actual flu, normal flu, I don't know. His eyes were puffed up, his nose was blocked. He even said himself, I'm dying. He only just started work. Bless him. We don't realize how difficult, well, not we, I don't always realize how difficult it is to work in situations like that, where you have to be in work early morning, regardless of whether you're ill or not. Because like he said, he couldn't get cover, so he had to come in. But luckily, there was a screen in front of him, so hopefully I wasn't exposed to anything. I'm just recovering from something myself. I've had this cough, started in July, and only just slowly going away. I was worried it was IPF at first, because my dad passed away from IPF last year, literally this week. And so yeah, I thought, oh god, what if it's that? Because when I googled it, pulmonary fibrosis is genetics, but nobody else in our family has got it, so hopefully it's not that. But I have got better, but it was worrying. I went for spirometry test. The GP, the doctor sent me to have a spirometry test to see whether it's asthma or there's a blockage in my lungs or something. The way it works is there are two types of tests that they have to do on the same day. So you keep breathing out for as long as you can until the machine beeps, then you stop. Obviously, you know, it's quite hard to do because it's a long delay before it beeps. And then the second test is where you blow suddenly and empty your whole lung as much as you can, and then you have to keep emptying it after that for 6 seconds. So the nurse put this thing in my mouth, said, okay, let's do the first test. Breathe. So breathe in. I took a breath in, and then she said breathe out. So I started breathing out. I googled it. I knew that it was a long time before the machine beeps, and she said, no, it's under normal circumstances it's quite hard to get to where the machine beeps. So I kept going, breathing out, still breathing out, and the machine started beeping, and I was still breathing out. And then I carried on breathing out, because I thought, you know what, I'm gonna see how much, it was almost a challenge for me, see how much I can breathe out before, you know, whatever happens. So the nurse goes, look, do you want to stop now? Because I need to go home today some point. I thought that was so funny. And then the next test was, obviously, you breathe out forcefully as hard as you can, and then you continue breathing out even though your lungs are empty for 6 seconds. So I took a deep breath in, breathe out forcefully, and that was really hard because I'd already emptied my lungs, and you have to keep going, and you change color and start going red, and you think any minute you pass out. That was funny as well. But then another part of the test is they give you these asthma pumps, the blue ones. And she put this thing on my mouth and started giving me asthma pumps. I think it was 4 squirts. And then she said, repeat the test. And strangely enough, the second time, even though it came out as normal, I actually struggled. I couldn't breathe out as much as I could when I didn't have the pump. So it was clear. I mean, the GP said, no, your lungs are perfect, so luckily it wasn't anything to worry about. But yeah, apparently there are all kinds of illnesses going around. I think it's part of it is because we've been locked away for 3 years, 2 years, whatever it was, and this locking away business has taken away people's natural immunity. So people are more susceptible, I think, to catching things. I'm sure that's what it is. I can't believe that there are some worse viruses going around than 2-3 years ago before we went into lockdown, because our bodies are not used to it. Because I know certainly myself, I mean, I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone else, certainly myself, when we were in a lockdown, I didn't catch anything once. Not a cold, not a flu, no stomach bugs, nothing. So I'm sure our immunity has taken a hit because of the lockdowns.